Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, then thank you so much for joining us, and if not, then welcome back. So today I am so excited to finally be bringing you guys a video with the new horse ranch pack, because oh my god, you guys do not understand how badly I've wanted to film a video and get it out for you guys, and I just have not had any time because I've been so busy with work. But finally I am off, so I finally have time and I'm just so excited, and I felt like I owed it to you all to upload a little bit of a longer and bigger video than usual. So today we are building a massive family ranch on the 64 by 64 lot of Chestnut Ridge, the new world that we got with the pack, and I'm so excited because this is the biggest build I have ever built in my life. If you guys don't know, I've never built on a 64 lot before because they scare me. They are so intimidating. I've not even built a school. Like, they're just so scary. So I've never built on something this big, but I was like, I want to build something nice. I want to build something big for you guys. I feel like you deserve it since I've been gone for so long. And so that is what I've decided to do. And I have to be honest, I'm so proud of this build. Like, I love the way it turned out. So I'm really hoping you guys like it too. Now, throughout this video, I am going to talk a little bit about like my opinions on the pack, and you know, I don't know, just like first, what is that called, like, because this build was my first time seeing the pack, you know, like using it, seeing all the stuff that we got. So yeah, first like impressions, you know. So yeah, I'm just wanting to talk about it. I feel like I'm just in a very chatty mood because I'm like, well, this package came out and I haven't been able to talk about it, so that's all I want to talk about. But anyway, as you can see, I have started off by building the house. Now, the house was the first thing I decided to build in this whole build because I wanted to be able to center everything around the house. So I wanted to make sure, okay, we've got the house down, now we can focus on everything else. And also the house was like the most important part to me. I wanted it to look good. I had a very distinct like vision for it. And it's weird because when I initially went to build this, I was actually going to go for like a brown vibe, like a very light brown kind of vibe, which I think I'm still going to try and do. Like, this is not going to be the only horse ranch I do not worry. I'll be doing lots more. But I don't know, it just kind of changed. Like, when I was building, I was like, what if I went for a kind of like black and white vibe? And I loved it. I feel like it looks amazing. So that is what I went for, and I did keep this theme inside the house as well. So when we do the inside is very black and white. Not too black and white that it's like no color whatsoever, like, don't worry. I just kind of tried to keep up the vibe. I say black and white, but it's like very dark brown I used. So I was really trying to lean into all of the new stuff we got with the pack. We got so many new like wood paneling. As you can see, we got this nice one that I used on the front, and it's kind of like these logs. It looks like logs, and then we got just like the normal wooden paneling. So I was kind of trying to mix and match everything and use as much as I could, and I was loving the way like the I don't know the name of anything the white like pillars and fences, and what's that called, the thing that goes over the top, what do they call it, the arches. I felt like they looked so good in white. So yeah, the house I'm obsessed with. I feel like I could have just been happy with this. I was so happy with the house. This is probably my favourite house I've ever done. I say that a lot, but I feel it. I'm really proud of it. Now, in terms of this house and who it homes and things like that, it does home 7 Sims, and that includes 2 parents, a infant, a toddler, 2 kids, and a teenager, so 7 altogether. I've only got 1 bedroom downstairs, and then I've got 3 bedrooms upstairs, I'm sure. So what I decided to do was have the parents share a room with the infant, and then have 2 of the kids share a room, because I really wanted an excuse to use the new little horse bunk beds. I don't know about anyone else. I feel like it's very 50-50, but I love bunk beds in The Sims. I know some people are not a fan. I love them. I feel like it stems from when I was young. I used to really want a bunk bed, but like I didn't have anyone to share a bunk bed with. So I would have just been in my bunk bed on my own. And then I was like, okay, I want one of them like high up beds, you know, with like the desk underneath. But I never got one because I feel like my family just knew that eventually I would grow out of it, and I'm really glad I don't have one now, because I have like this fear of just falling out of bunk beds. But when I was younger, I didn't have that fear. Like when I was younger, I was like, I want one. I want a bunk bed. So yeah, now I absolutely love them in The Sims, and I just feel the need to put them in every build I do. And I always force the kids to share a room, which I feel really bad about, but I don't know. I love it. I love it in The Sims. I think it's so cute. So right now you can see that I moved on it to the outside, and I decided to put the greenhouse and the stables, the horse stables, right next to the house, because I thought that would be like really accessible, and that way you can just go like straight to the stables. Obviously they are like the showstopper of this whole pack is the horses. I'm not gonna lie, I am super excited about other stuff that's like not horses, but obviously I'm really excited about horses as well. Like I feel like that's something we have just needed for a long time, and I'm so excited we finally have them. And now we can have like fully functioning like what are they called, farms? I was gonna say gardens. Farms. Obviously we had functional ones before, but I don't know, it just feels different. It feels different with the horses. But yeah, I built this like cute little stable for them, and then I also put a little greenhouse just because I thought it fit the vibe a lot, and I really liked it. Now this is something you'll probably get sick of me saying this, right? I'm going to put it this way for you. You know how when we got grown together, and then like obviously we got San Sequoia, and I decided I was going to make like every build for the next 10 weeks San Sequoia. I feel like I'm going to do that with this. But something I always said when Grown Together came out is I said I absolutely love the lighting, and I was like, San Sequoia has the best lighting, because it did. Up till that point, San Sequoia definitely had the best lighting, at least I thought so. And now we've got this pack, and the lighting is not the exact same as San Sequoia, but I love it. I think it is so nice. You know how like, okay, I love High School Years, do not get me wrong, I absolutely love High School Years, but see the lighting in High School Years, I don't think it's amazing. Like the Copperdale lighting's kind of, it's quite dull, I think, but this lighting is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I feel like I'm just going to be in Chestnut Ridge like for all my builds in the near future, so hopefully you're okay with getting a few like horsey themed builds, but I'm just super excited about it, so yeah. But something, okay, this is something I really wanted to talk about. So obviously we got like they announced, what is that, the build and buy before the pack actually came out, and I did have a little look at it, right? But I don't know, you know how some people like get really like obsessed over every single item? I don't like looking at it too much before it comes out, because I'm like, I want to see it. I want to see it in full. I want to like have it in my hands and see it for myself. The only time I really do look at every object if it's like kits and stuff, because I'm like, okay, I need to know if this is worth it. But yeah, I didn't really do it with this. And I should have, because I was building one of the kids' rooms, and I was like, oh my god, I know what would go perfect with this room. We've got the horse rug, we've got the horse bunk bed. I'm going to put in a horse stuffy, a horse cuddly toy. There is no horse stuffy. There isn't one. And I was so shocked, because we have a cat and a dog, we even have a yeti, we have everything. but we do not have a horse, and I'm so sad about it. Like, I was really expecting there to like be a horse toy, and there just isn't. I mean, I feel like that's such a minimal thing that I was like sad over, but I expected it. I was like, why? I don't know. That was really sad. It it hit me. But another thing was when I was building the like toddler and infant like rooms, I really expected them to bring out at least like a crib, like a new crib, because I thought they would maybe bring one out, you know, with like the new kind of wood theme that they've added, the kind of like chipped tatted wood. I really thought they were going to bring out a crib like that, and they just didn't, and I was like so shocked. I'm not going to say I was disappointed, because honestly, like, it's fair enough. We just got grown together, we just got a bunch of them, but I don't know, I just expected it, so I was like super surprised when it wasn't there. But yeah, just in case you're like thinking the same thing as me and you're like, I want those items, they don't exist. Yeah, that's just my fault for not checking, but I was like, why? Although, if we're talking positively, I absolutely love the new adult double bed that they added. It is so cute. I used it twice in 2 different swatches, and it looks like 2 completely different beds. I love them. I love them, and I will get more into that when we actually start like decorating the inside of the house. Oh, by the way, I did do the inside of the house last, you've probably noticed that by now, but I wanted to do like the shell and then the outside area and then move on to the inside. Just, I don't know, that's just the way I do things. I also did the inside of the stables and the inside of the greenhouse like after as well, so hopefully that's okay. Oh, these hay bales, I have a little story about them. So I was like, oh, I really want those hay bales. Like, I really need them. They'll be absolutely perfect. Oh, sorry if you heard that. They were absolutely perfect for like a farm build. And I was going through debug for so long, and I had it filtered to like only the horse ranch pack. And then I was like, oh, Hannah, it is not from the horse ranch pack. They're from base game. And I had looked for so long. I want to say like at least 10 minutes, like just me scrolling, looking, and I couldn't find anything. And then I was like, oh, right, they're not even in that pack. So if you're looking for the hay bales, they're in like the base game. They're also on the gallery. That's how I found a tractor. I knew that I was missing something from this farm. I was like, I am missing something. And I asked my mum, and she was like, a tractor? You need a tractor, it's a farm. And I was like, you're so right. And I was like, there's no tractor. I actually had to go in the gallery and look for a tractor because I couldn't find it. Because normally I have a mod installed, like I have the Twisted Mixing mod, so it like organizes everything, but I don't actually have it updated at the moment just because the new pack has came out. So yeah. I was really struggling finding stuff, but hopefully it's not too noticeable and it's all good. But yeah, I feel like I've done so much and just spoken over it, so let me talk a little bit about the build. So obviously in that top corner, as I said, we have the greenhouse and the stables. I also, underneath that, added a little area for all the chickens. So I end up adding 2 big chicken coops and 3 little ones. And then in the middle of that area, I put some like plants, some crops. I haven't done that yet, but I do that very soon. And then across from that, I decided to add the massive horse training area, which I thought was absolutely perfect. I really wanted it to be nice and big, and I tried to lay out the, you know, the little like running hurdle things. I tried to like put them all kind of in a circle so that it's kind of like your horse is running all around. I don't know if there is something like that, but I couldn't see anything, so that's why I went for it. And I also used this little well because I just thought it fit in with the vibe. Now, I put all these like little water tanks in the back, and you can probably see that I've added that one and put this like fan on it. So it's really cool because when you're in live mode, the fan actually does like go around, which is really nice. But I'm pretty sure there's actually like a debug object that has that already stuck onto it, but I couldn't find it, so I just decided to take one of the towers and put one on myself because I thought, you know, it's kind of like the same thing. So I ended up adding 2 of them, and then I put all of the little water tanks and like just whatever else. I think they're probably like water tanks, oil tanks, things like that. I thought I'd put them at the back. I was trying to think realistically. I know it's The Sims. It's very 50-50. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that doesn't matter because it doesn't work, it's The Sims. And then sometimes I'm like, no, it needs to look realistic and I need to like center everything around realism. So very 50-50. But yeah, I was trying to go a little bit realistic. I tried to lay everything out the way I thought like it probably would. Hopefully that makes sense. I cage in the training area and I like fence in the chicken area, but I don't fence in the horse stables because I thought, well, the horses will be in the stables anyway, so probably isn't necessary. But if your horses do end up like running away, just put a fence on it. I just didn't think it was necessary, but obviously if they run away then it is necessary, so just like add a gate on it. But anyway, I, as you can see, used this little debug shed and I started decorating it and I thought it was super cute. So I did like all of these cute little things on it. I wanted it to feel like an actual like building that I'd made, but obviously it is debug. But I just felt like there needed to be something there because that training area looked very, very dull. Not dull, but like plain. It looked very, very plain. I also changed it to be very grassy and then just added like mud because I felt like it made the place look bigger. So yeah, I am really happy with the outside of this build, especially. Well, speaking of which, we're going on to the inside now. But as you can see, I have kept up that theme on the inside. Like I said, I decided to go for a very black and white theme. So I do start off with the living room, and the living room is a huge, like so big. But I was going for that because you know how like Western theme has these like I don't know, like things that are Western have this very wooden, I still don't know the name of that, like wooden arches theme. I was like, that's what I want in this house. So I ended up adding like wooden arches to the living room to kind of separate the living room and then also to the hallway. So you'll see me do that in a bit, but something really big that I done with this house was I really wanted to have like a balcony. You know how like when you look over the barrier and like you can see the bottom floor? That's what I wanted in this house. But I was like, I don't know if it looks grand enough for that to work. And I don't know if I'll be able to like pull it off while also being able to make the floor plan work. So I did decide to try it and it worked really, really well, but it meant I had to keep the middle area very, very open. So the middle area ends up being like very open on the bottom floor. Hopefully that's not an issue for you. I actually thought it looked really, really cool because there's so much space and then you've got all of your like separate rooms. I did fill it up with stuff, like there ends up being a desk and a piano and things like that, but yeah, just so you know, I wanted to add that like feature, so that's why I didn't add any rooms to like the middle of the house, because otherwise you would have been able to see the top of the rooms from the like top floor. Does that make sense? I just didn't want to do that. But anyway, you can see that I'm doing the living room. Now the living room is huge. And I decided to have like this big actual living space, which has like the fireplace and then like the little chairs and the sofa and the TV. And then here where I end up separating it, that side has a little area that I was thinking, you know, the parents can read to the kids. And then there also ends up being a vinyl, like a record player, which took me forever to find. You'll probably see me scroll for a while trying to find it. I don't know why, but I couldn't find it for the life of me. But yeah, that little area where I I done it for like the kids to read. I was also thinking like grandparents could read there, and that's something I've been thinking about. See if you would rather not have a teenager in the house and you would rather have like grandparents. You could definitely just have 2 grandparents live in the upstairs bedroom instead of a teenager. I think it works for both because I didn't make it super teenagery. This is going to be like so niche, right? Whenever I build, right, okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of like backstory first. So the room I build upstairs is for, obviously, like, it's meant to be for a young adult. I'm saying teenager, but I was thinking like they're in university and they're actually planning on moving out, and then once they move out, the mum and dad are gonna give like the one of the kids their own rooms, because like the 2 kids are sharing a room. So I was thinking, oh, they'll move out and then they'll share a room, and then the toddler and the infant will share a room. So I was like thinking about this sim that's like getting ready to go to college, and every time I create a sim like that, which is a lot, I always just think of Andy from Toy Story. Like, always, every single time. So anytime I build a room like that, I end up thinking of Andy. So I always end up building the room like blue themed, because obviously Andy has like a blue room, and that's always what I think of. And yeah, because of that, I'm always like, oh, university, Andy in the room. And then I'm like, would it make more sense to have like grandparents? But I've already got this like idea of like Andy staying there. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm talking like saying nothing, but hopefully you know what I mean. Like, do you ever create a sim and you're like, that just reminds me of... So probably not. Do you know what it is? Probably just me. But I do it all the time, and it's just, yeah. Anyway, just moving on from that. As you can see, I've moved on to the kitchen, and I love this kitchen so much. It is so small, right? In terms of like the size of the house. If I had this kitchen, I would absolutely love it. My kitchen is not this big, but in terms of the house, it's like a little like small kitchen. And I think it is so cute. It was kind of a weird one because I was like, oh, would it make more sense if I had black counters? But I always do this thing where whenever I'm building something, if I create a colour scheme like the kind of black and white I've went for, I'll do this thing where I won't want to go away from that. Like, I'll just want everything to be black and white. So I was like, no, I think it will add a lot more like colour and just like look so much nicer and like have more variety if I make it brown. So I went for the brown cabinets and upper cabinets and like the brown stove and the brown fridge, and I think it looks so good. Obviously let me know what you think, if you like it or not, but I was really happy with this, so I really like how the kitchen looks. Also, in terms of floor plan, I was trying to make everything pretty simple. So the kitchen is right beside the dining room. So, which by the way, the chairs and table I use in the dining room, I love them so much. I don't want to over exaggerate, but they're probably some of my favourite objects in this new pack. I think they're so nice. They just look good. Another thing I thought was, you know how like the cabinets we got in the kitchen and like the kind of wooden stuff I'm using, like the tables and stuff, I feel like they look so much like CC. Like, to me, they look like CC just because they don't... It's not that they don't fit. I think it's just that I'm like not used to seeing them in the game, so they just look like CC. A lot of the furniture we get in The Sims recently, especially, seems to be very like clay looking, which I really like. I honestly really like that look. But yeah, this is a lot more like naturey, rough kind of vibes, and I don't know, I really like it. I just feel like I'm not used to seeing it in the game. So yeah, but I love this little dining room so much. I tried to use a lot of that green color just to kind of tie in with the table that I used, and I love it. And I love these curtains that we got. I was kind of sad because they don't like go all the way to the floor. I would have loved if they created like a a variation that would go all the way down, but I still really like them. I think they're super cute. Now we're moving on to the first bedroom, and this is the bed I was talking about that I absolutely love. So this is the parents' bedroom. I always put the parents downstairs for safety reasons. It's such like a weird thing, but I just like the parents to be downstairs. I feel like it makes the most sense. It's like, it makes me feel secure. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, this is the room that has the little infant's bed in it, which I thought was really sweet. And also I just didn't want to make like a whole room for an infant. I do make a room for a toddler, but it's a very, very small room. So yeah, but I love this bed. So this is the bed I end up using upstairs in the young adult / teenager's bedroom as well, but I use it in a completely different swatch and it looks so different. Like, it does not look the same at all. So yeah, I really like it. Now, something I just want to point out, in the bedrooms I do end up changing the wallpaper, but I'm really bad with it. Like, I hate picking wallpaper, so I try and what's the word, delay it as much as I can. So I do end up changing the wallpaper in the bedrooms, but I do it like at the end. So you will see that, just in case you're like, oh, why is all the wallpaper the same? I'm just terrible for wallpaper. I really stress myself out with it because I'm like, that doesn't look right, that doesn't go, no, it needs to be like this, and I just stress myself out. But anyway, here downstairs I decided to put a little desk in this big area because there's so much room. I was like, we may as well add something. Now I have specifically done the child's table because I wanted this to be specifically for the children, so that's why there's not a computer there, there's just a tablet. But upstairs I do end up putting in a home office, so if your older Sims want to use like a desk and chair, then they can. A desk and chair? A computer. I mean, it is a desk and chair, but I meant to say a computer. Oh, and we do also have a laundry room in this house just because I thought it was so fitting. And you'll notice I used these new lights from the pack. I use them in every single room. I love the colour they give off. I love the vibe they give off. I love the way they look. I love the colour of them. I love them. I was like, I need to have them in every single room. A lot of the time, I don't like putting in lights that aren't the ones that are in this room because I feel like they cover up the build. Does that make sense? Like, sometimes I'll look at it from a bird's eye view and I'm like, it looks weird, like with all those lights. But these ones I was really vibing with. It's probably because of the whole like theme of the building stuff. I loved it. So yeah, I did decide to do that and I love how it looks. And then we of course have the little back door that I decorate. Now I do add a few things off camera, which is like add some little rocking chairs to the outside of the house and stuff like that, but it's nothing major. I just thought I need to add those and I didn't want to like keep putting in like 2-second clips of me just adding in like one thing. But yeah, you'll obviously see screenshots at the end of everything, so yeah. But anyway, here is the little back exit. Same thing, right? Back entrance, well, yeah, I mean, it depends if you're going in or out, doesn't it? Yeah. Depends if you're going in or out. Yeah. Anyway, I'm doing that. And then we finally changed the wallpaper to this bedroom, thank God. Now, as you can finally see what I'm talking about with the floor. So this is the little balcony thing I was going for. And I think it was worth it. I love the way it looks. It did mean, sorry, that I had to make the toddler's bedroom very, very small, but they're a toddler. I'm sure it's big enough for them. I don't know about you guys, but when I play with toddlers in The Sims, they are never in their room, ever. Except for when they sleep, like, they never go in their room. But I think that's just my Sims not wanting to do anything to benefit me at all. So but yeah, I decorated the little toddler's room and I put that big horse rug in and I was like, oh, this would be great to put in like a horse stuffy. And then I was like, oh, there isn't one. There is not one. So yeah, and just in case you thought there was one, there's not. I know, it's really unfortunate. I'm really sad about it. I'm gonna write an email. No. No, but like imagine they added it in like a kit or something. Like, I mean, like, because what I think is, I think when they do packs, they have like a limit, you know, that they can't overtake. So if they even added like a kit and it was called like, I don't know, I can't give them all the ideas. I mean, God. But like, you know, like a cute little ranch kit, that would be so cute. That would be cute. Anyway, I am just thinking too far ahead, too much. We're moving on to the kids' bedroom, and I do end up changing the wallpaper. Do not worry. But as you can see, I used the new bunk beds and I love them. There's a pink one and a green one, and I went for a very green theme in this whole room, and I love it. But the bottom bed is pink and the top one's green. The horses are just so cute, and the little rug with the sheep and the horse and the duck and just all the stuff on it, so cute. I am obsessed. That is probably my favourite room in this build, and it didn't take me long at all, but it's definitely my favourite. I just love the way it looks. It's so cute, and there's just so much going on, and I feel like I just love kids' bedrooms that are like 2 kids in one room. I just love it. I don't know why. It's just cute. It's like, oh. Anyway, this is the office area, and I really like this room. So this is for like the parents to use. So obviously we've got like that little desk downstairs. This one is actually for the older Sims to use, and it's very simple. I did put a chess table in here just in case anyone was wanting a chess table. I know that some people really like to play around with them, so I did add that. Probably wouldn't want someone playing chess behind me if I was like trying to do my work, but you know, it's kind of meant to be there when no one's using the computer. But it's The Sims, they don't care about privacy. It's all good. Now here is Andy's room. Oh, I mean the teenager's room, and as you can see, it's blue, and I was really vibing with this room because all the other rooms I feel like I went for kind of darker tones, but this one is very nice and bright blue and white. I don't know. Oh, that rhymed. That was good. I didn't even mean to do that. Anyway, I love this room. It is so very cute. You will have noticed that I didn't show me doing the bathrooms, by the way, but there is a bathroom, one upstairs, one downstairs, just in case you were curious. But we are coming to the end of the video, and I just want to say a massive thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you did like this video. I know it's a big one and it's very different for me, but I'm really proud of it. If you want to download it, my gallery ID is iHanza, and it should be called like Horse Ranch, something of the sort. It will be in the description anyway. And if you want to follow me on any of my socials, they are also in the description. My Twitter, my Instagram, if you want to join my Discord where we talk about The Sims and lots of other games and lots of other stuff, then please feel free, because I would love to have you there. But thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next one.